Hello, my beautiful buds. Welcome back to my channel, Sprouts with Joy. My name is Joy, and if you like to talk about plants, you're in the right place. Alphonse, do you want to hang out with us? This is my snuggle buddy. He likes to hang out with me anytime I film. So today I honestly have a few plant chores that I would love to get done if I have time. But before we jump into that, I wanted to show you a few new plants that I have. Actually, I think 6 plants in total, which, listen, I know, I think literally the last video or 2 videos ago, I was talking about my wish list and about how I wanted to be more intentional, yada, yada, yada. But okay, I did not buy these plants, number 1. And number 2, I actually got these plants about a month ago. A friend contacted me and she was like, I have a bunch of plants that I want to give you. They're little cuttings off of her plants, and some of them are rooted, some of them aren't, and they're all really small. So I was like, I mean, heck yeah. I wouldn't turn that down. So I will have to return the favor. But yeah, she's a plant friend and we've been talking on Instagram for probably almost 2 years at this point. I think she was one of the first people I started getting to know when I started like my plant Instagram and my plant YouTube and that sort of thing. Honestly, give her a follow. She's at Poorly Planted on Instagram. Without further ado, let's look at the plants. She actually lives like within driving distance of me, so we met up. And yeah, she passed along some really wonderful plants. They are 5 hoya and then 1 peperomia. So I'm gonna go through the hoya, and I don't own any of these plants, so it was very exciting. I haven't repotted them or anything. I'm probably gonna wait till the springtime to do that, but here's the first one, okay? They're all really little and really, really cute. I'm like currently reliving the happiness that I had when I first like opened up the box that she gave me and everything, because I've just been keeping these plants in my cabinet. They really don't take up a lot of space, which is nice. But anyways, so this first one is a Hoya compacta monoloa. She went through and labeled all of them with the names and how they're rooted or not rooted or anything like that, which again is just incredible. She's so wonderful. This is a Hoya compacta monoloa. So it's a variegated Hoya compacta, but it has like the inner variegation, which I do not own this plant. I have the green Hoya compacta, and I also have the other variegated Hoya compacta that has more so on the outside variegation and some pinkish and stuff. But yeah, this one is so fun. When she gave this to me, this was not rooted yet. I don't know if I don't want to bother it, but I am curious to see if it started rooting yet or not. Yeah, I don't think that it started rooting yet. It's still kind of hanging in there, so I'm gonna tuck that back. Yeah, so this one is delightful. This is another one. Let's see. I also just re-watered these, so they're a little bit wet, but this is a Hoya lima splash, and it's rooted in sphagnum moss, so it's got some roots, and look at that. It's so cute. I'm gonna come a little bit closer. Look at how cute this is, you guys. It's really splashy. The leaves are very oval shaped. They're like a little bit fuzzy, and I can't wait to honestly have like a full pot of this, because imagine this just trailing down. I feel like this would have a really cute trailing growth pattern. This right here is a Hoya lacunosa, a royal flush, also rooted in sphagnum moss. And I'm not super well versed on all the different kinds of Hoya lacunosa, but I know that there's a lot of varieties. I do have a Hoya lacunosa, I think super silver. It used to be known as a croniana. So like that's the only lacunosa variety that I have. But this one looks like it has some leaves that are a little bit thinner and like more angular than mine, because mine are a little bit more coin shaped for my other lacunosa. And this one looks like maybe it has some purple hues to it. So my assumption is when new leaves come in, maybe they're a little bit more purplish, hence the cultivar name Royal Flush. But yeah, there's a lot of really nice splashing on here as well. And it's just so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, this one, I don't fully know how to pronounce, but I'm gonna say it a certain way, and I'm gonna hope that it's correct because I like the sound of it. I don't know, I guess you can correct me if it's wrong, but I might still call it this. Ready? Okay. This is a Hoya Bella Louie Boy, or I mean, it could be Louis Boys, but like, come on. I want it to be called Louie Boy because I like that, okay? But look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't own any Hoya Bella like at all. Honestly, for the better part of a year, I've considered picking up a Hoya Bella here and there. But this one, I'm glad that I waited, honestly. I probably would have gotten either the regular green Hoya Bella or like an outer variegated kind or something. But this one has like inner variegation, but it's also very pinkish and rosy in tone. I don't know, it has like almost like green spots to it. It kind of reminds me of the Crimson Princess a little bit, except in Hoya Bella form, which I'm obsessed with. And guys, so originally upon getting this was not rooted in spag, but okay, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but I just spotted this today. I didn't even see it originally. I don't even know if it was originally there, but look at this. Hang on, focus. That right there is a peduncle. And it looks like it's already kind of starting to go, you know, like it's starting to mature. Oh, I'm so zoomed in. Oh, gross. Not gross. I'm not gross. I just don't like seeing my face that close. Anyways, there's also some new leaves and I'm just very excited about that. I don't know, I'm so excited to see this as a full plant. It reminds me of a watermelon because like, look, there's the pinkish part and then there's like the more like pale green part and then a darker green. I love it. I didn't even know that I wanted this plant and then she gave it to me and I was like, I'm obsessed. Okay, and then this, when she messaged me asking if I wanted some plants, this was the plant that she opened with. She was like, hey, do you want this plant? Because I would like to give it to you. And I said,
oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. That's beautiful.
And then she followed up with, okay, good, because I also have 5 other plants I want to give you, which obviously I'm very grateful for. I mean, every single one of those Hoya I just showed you, I love them. I'm so excited to have them in my collection. And honestly, in one fell swoop, I feel like my Hoya collection got super rounded out, which was very exciting for me. But anyways, this, you guys. I love it. It's so pretty. Even my sister-in-law, she was with me. She's like not a plant person at all, but my brother and my sister-in-law were visiting when we picked these plants up. And when she saw this one, she was like,
oh, I didn't know plants could look like that.
And then she started asking me questions about my plants, and now she's like gonna buy plants and get some grow lights for her apartment. Which I'm like, this was the plant I think that sold her and got her on board. So okay, this, if you don't know, is a Hoya polyneura, but it is variegated. It's the outer variegated version, or I'm guessing that it's called Hoya polyneura albomarginata, and it's just beautiful. There are 4 leaves, and it's fully rooted in de la tank soil, which is perfect. It's perfect in every way. I'm so happy with this. I'm so obsessed. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I love it. I have the normal, like, regular green version of the Hoya polyneura, and it's one of my favorite Hoyas. And so to have like the variegated version as well, there are a few different kinds. I think there's one that's really silvery. There might be like a super variegated one, but this is like the outer variegated version, which is not cheap. I don't think. Like the last time I checked, it's not cheap at all. So yeah, I never thought that I was gonna get this plant, but here we go. I have super generous, wonderful friends and I'm very excited about this. And then the last one is a peperomia, which I'm actually, like, I was not expecting this at all, but I'm pleasantly surprised or like pleasantly happy with it. And it's just the peperomia polybatra raindrop, or peperomia raindrop, I think is what it's better known as. And look, it's so cute and little. And honestly, I'm excited to give peperomia another shot because I used to have a few in my collection, but now I'm down to like 1.5 peperomia in my collection. I'm just like, I haven't really been growing them, but I never really cracked the code on them. I am grateful for this opportunity to try a new peperomia, one that I've never had before. And honestly, it's pretty cute. It looks like little lily pads, and I'm pretty sure the leaves on this thing usually get pretty big. So I'm excited to grow it, and all the more excited because it comes from a friend's collection, and so that makes it all the more meaningful for me. Well, those are all of the plants that I got from my friend. So now let's move on to, hopefully I have time to repot a few things. Actually, they're right here. I want to repot my alocasias. Hopefully if I have like the right pots. For Christmas I got a few self-watering pots. So I want to try a self-watering pot for at least one of them, and then for the other one I might try no drainage with like leca at the bottom. I think I'm going to try that, but this is my alocasia Adora variegata, and she has been getting a little bit crispy on the edges. I think that's because this soil is like not great outside of a greenhouse environment. It's honestly just like straight peat. It's been drying out and being weird, and like it's still growing. Like this is a new leaf right here, and there's also a new leaf coming in right here. But yeah, it's been crisping because number one, it's dried up unexpectedly or like really quickly here and there. And also I think I need to put it in the greenhouse cabinet. Right now I've been having it right here next to this new grow light setup that I did, which if you missed that video, I will put it up in the cards in one of these corners, which I love this setup, by the way. It's been going well. I also ended up putting my jewel orchid here, which, okay, update. You see all of the little blooms? I have so many blooms, although some of the leaves are not doing that great, which I'm assuming is because it's putting so much energy towards the blooms, but there's so many and they're so cute. Look at that. I also need to repot this, but I want to do more research before I end up doing that. This is my other alocasia that I would like to repot, and this is a new leaf. And I think this is the alocasia, I want to say it's Macariza camouflage. Both of these probably need to be repotted and then put into the cabinet. Honestly, I think they would benefit from the extra humidity and more constant environment, especially in the winter time. So I'm gonna repot these guys, and then if I have time, I would love to do a few moss pole extensions, but we're gonna have to see. Let's start with repotting these guys, and let's go downstairs. I'm just realizing that I need to mix up more soil, so let's do that. I like to keep all of my mixed soil in a bin. This right now is primarily orchid bark because I went ahead and just emptied the rest of my bag in here, but this is not the normal ratio that I like to have. I'm going to add this Happy Frog soil mixture. There's only a little bit in this bag left, but I'm just gonna empty it out. And I have a massive unopened bag in the basement that I could also add, but I'm not eager to haul that up, so I'm hoping that this is going to be enough for today. I also like to add some coconut husk, which I actually need to buy more of this as well. I'm almost out. And this here is new. I went ahead and bought some super chunky perlite. And if you're mixing this, just be careful to not inhale it, because the perlite has a lot of fine dust. Ooh, I think I'm gonna run down and grab some worm castings as well. This is worm castings. Just need a whole bunch in there. Probably gonna do more. And if you're not familiar, this is worm poop. But frankly, it's unmatched in terms of how good it is for your soil. It just adds a lot of nutrients. And under certain circumstances, I would add more like Happy Frog soil. But since I'm going to be putting these into self-watering pots and no drainage, like the alocasia specifically, I'm going to leave it like this so that it's pretty chunky. But if I were to be potting up like a plant in the Maranticiae family, for example, I would add some more soil to this ratio just to make it like a little bit more water absorbent, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to start off easy with just the self-watering planter. This is fresh out of the box. I got this for Christmas from my mom. The way that it works is that this is terracotta, and so it absorbs, excuse me, Jenny. You're in the way of the camera, baby. So this is just terracotta, so it absorbs water from the outside. It's very porous, and you just set it in this glass jar, which you put water into, and it absorbs however much moisture it needs. So hopefully it works well. I do have another one like this that I actually potted up my alocasia flydeck into already. So yeah, I'm hoping that it goes over well. Let me see. I think just in terms of pot and plant pairing, I'm trying to decide which alocasia I want in here. I don't know. Oh, they both look like they would be so cute. But I think, let me take a look at the roots and see what we're working with, because that will kind of influence my decision here. Excuse me, Jenny. I'm sorry, my cat is making so much noise. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Alphonse. Dude, Jenny, what are you guys doing? I swear my cats are going crazy right now. Ooh, there's a little corm here that just popped off, so I'll set that aside. Yeah, I mean, the root system is fine, but it's not like incredibly mature either. So, you know, it doesn't need to be sized up is what I'm saying more so. I just want to kind of change the medium that it's in. Oh, is that another corm? No, it's not. Yeah, every time you repot alocasias, be on the lookout for those little corms. It's so satisfying to grow a whole new plant from the corms. Thankfully, the root system is looking pretty good. If I have a plant potted up like into my own soil mix, I usually don't bother it as much. But since this is a completely different soil mixture medium from what I'm gonna be potting it up into, I'd rather remove a little bit more. Oh, here's another corm. Okay, I should have been paying more attention. Look at that. It just looks like a piece of dirt, but I'm gonna also set that aside. That one's more mature. Hang on, let me sift through this so I don't accidentally toss any more corms. Oh, is this another one? This is totally another one. Oh my gosh, there's so many corms in here. I don't know if they're all going to end up sprouting for me, but oh, this is so fun. This is a whole thrill. This is making me appreciate alocasias. For the longest time, I did not like alocasias. Like, I just didn't. Like, when I was first getting into plants. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Look. Dude, that is 4 corms right there. That's so many. Is this, no, maybe, yes, no, I don't know if this is another one. It's not. It's just a piece of soil. Okay, I feel like 4 is probably the max. Like, I don't know that there's gonna be any more. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this will fit in here. It's gonna be a bit of a tight squeeze, but it works. And I think I like how the yellow complements the terracotta. So I think I'm gonna put this one in here. This one almost won, but I'm gonna have to start labeling my corms because I also have some Alocasia cuprea corms going. This will be my first time having like multiple corms at once, so. Are you guys starting any new hobbies in the new year? Because I sure am. Ever since Christmas, I've been going a little bit nuts. I got a Kindle for Christmas.
We got running.
My husband just got home. Hello! Oh, my face isn't even really showing. Are you poking in? Hello. Okay, this is so cute. I don't know if you can really see that completely, but I'm gonna need to I'll water this in slightly, like not a ton because it's not really, it doesn't drain a whole lot, like at all. But I'll water this in a little bit just to moisten the soil and kind of get it started, but I will also fill this up with water. Alphonse, rude. Okay, but look at how cute this is, you guys. Ah! I love that. And this is where like the water reservoir is. That's such a clever way to do a self-watering pot. But I hope that it works because, I mean, maybe it doesn't work. We'll have to see. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you updated on like whether or not this actually works because this is super cute. Okay, On to the next one. Obviously, I'm gonna do this alocasia next. And this one is getting a slightly less glamorous pot. This is actually, it's just a plastic cup that I think was left over from Chinese takeout. It was like a soup, like this is what the soup came in. But I'm gonna do no drainage with this. And I just don't really have anything else that will fit, so we're just going with it. If I decide that I don't like the clear pot, I can always put it in a cash po, I guess. But I like the look of clear pots. Like I think that they look really cool. Being able to kind of see all the roots and stuff. What was I even talking about? Oh, hobbies. I've always loved reading, but since having kids, I have not been reading as much. I've been resorting a lot to audiobooks. However, I got a Kindle for Christmas, which has been wonderful. It's probably my most used gift so far. And I've been rereading the Aragon series. And today is January 3rd as of me filming this right now. So this video probably won't go out for a while, at least for, I don't know, my guess is a couple weeks from now. But yeah, so reference, it's been just over a week since Christmas and I've already finished the first book and I'm almost done with the second book, Eldest. And those books are not short books. They are like 600, 700 pages. So I've been reading a lot, which I've been loving because the Kindle really lets me, let's just put it this way. I'm interrupted a lot as a mom, and the Kindle is just so much more convenient in terms of taking it anywhere with me. And also, you know, if I have to close it or put it down, like it's right there where I left off. Whereas tangible books, as much as I adore them, they just aren't as easy to just pick up and read or take with me the same way, especially if it's like a really big book like these books that I've been reading. So yeah, it's been really, really wonderful to get back into reading. And you know, I'll be reading before bed rather than watching YouTube videos. As much as I love YouTube, like I think that's just healthier. So I've been really, really loving that, really on a roll. So I'm excited to be entering my reading era. I thought last year was going to be my reading era, but then I got absurdly busy and I had an infant and it just didn't work out. So this year will be my reading era. And then the other hobby, so that's a hobby that like I've always had, but I'm kind of reinvigorating it. At the pace I'm going, if I keep up this pace with reading, I'm gonna read probably at least 50 books this year. Depending on like how long they are and stuff. I don't know if I can keep up that pace all year long, but I think it's gonna be a lot of books. There's a corn. I think that's the only one though. Oh, as far as other hobbies go, hello. My kids just got home, so I'm gonna have to wrap up pretty soon here. I started crocheting like 2 or 3 days ago, and I can't stop, you guys. Like, I've been wanting to start this hobby for years, actual years, but I've never sat down and figured it out, but I'm doing it now. This year is the year. And I've already kind of started making things, and like I've gotten used to like the simple crochet and the half double crochet, and I'm like making squares and dishcloths, and I'm probably gonna try to make like a cardigan or a tote bag pretty soon here, like once I feel more comfortable, and I'm absurdly excited about it. And yeah, again, I can't stop. I'm crocheting constantly, I feel like. So I'm reading or crocheting with all of my free time recently. Thankfully my husband is home early so he can help to receive the children while I wrap up. But you were sleeping in the car? So yeah, actually let me know if you crochet. I know I have some friends that watch and they crochet, and now I appreciate it like all the more. All right, so here it is. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited about that. All right, since my kids are home now, I only have time to do like one last little thing. I'm gonna extend the moss pole on this variegated monstera adansonii, which has been growing in so nicely, by the way. There's some like exposed roots, so I'm gonna add some like sphagnum moss on the bottom here to cover that up. So yeah, to do this extension, I'm just going to chop off this little zip tie right here very carefully. Oops, sorry. And I already had this, oops, I'm so sorry again. I already had this moss pole lying around, so I'm just gonna hope that they're like relatively compatible. It looks like it'll probably line up. this zip tie. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna line up the holes and zip tie each of them together. It's really hard to see, but see there's like holes where I used a hole punch, and that's what I'm zip tying together. I was definitely talking about crochet a few minutes ago. What was I even saying? Okay, yes, again, I've been interrupted a few times, honestly. I wanted to ask you guys, like, if you are into crochet, what is your favorite thing to crochet? Because I'm looking for inspiration on like easy things I can make so far. I really want to make a cardigan, I want to make a sweater, I want to make a tote bag, and I want to make scrunchies. Those are some of my like current ideas. But eventually, I mean, I could totally make like little planter covers or something like that. I think that'd be super, super cute. So now I'm going to grab some plant Velcro to kind of tighten this pole and get it a little bit more into the correct form. Well, that's annoying. My plant Velcro is not in its normal spot. I think I'm gonna have to forego that and find my plant Velcro later. I will add just a little bit more moss and hope that it stays well enough despite the lack of plant Velcro. I'm so upset at myself. It's normally in one very specific spot, but I just didn't put it back, apparently, the last time I was using it. And now I have no idea where it is because my memory is really awful now. When I was like in high school, I totally would have remembered where it was. Not so anymore. Honestly, ever since having kids, I feel like my memory has suffered so much. It has been extended. Oh my gosh, this plant is literally so gorgeous. I hope that it continues to grow really well for me. So far it's given me, I think this leaf, or maybe, oh no, it's given me 2 leaves. It gave me this leaf, which the white melted off a little bit, but it's fine. It also gave me this leaf, and this leaf is just flawless, and it's looking like it's gonna stay that way. And now it has a new leaf coming in too, right there. So, I love it. So even though I have about 5 other moss poles that I could definitely extend right this second, I'm gonna have to end it here. This was the fruit of our labor. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to leave a comment, like, or subscribe. All those things are super helpful for my channel. Yes. My son is just faking gagging noises to get my attention. You're so silly. Anyways, I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye!